Hi everybody and welcome back. Today we have the Citroen Ami and we're going to give it a first impression review. We'll talk about the good, the bad and the ugly, and we'll take it for a short point of view test drive and see what it's like on these city roads. Now what we'll do is we'll start with the good because there's really not much to it. It is a very cute car. It's a good looking car. It's small. I wouldn't say so much practical because there is not much boot space. I'll show you in a minute. And the panels, for some reason, I'm not sure if this is good, bad or ugly, but the panels are interchangeable. So you can put the back on the front on the back, the right door on the left hand side and the left door on the right hand side. The bad is it will only get you 43 miles. It won't take you too far. Don't expect too many creature comforts though. It really doesn't have many. Even the rear view mirror is just a suction thing, the kind of thing you use for your mobile phone. There is one windscreen wiper and there is no central locking. To go in, you simply press this button, the door opens suicide style, and to open it from the inside you got to pull this orange lever, and to close it you got to pull this orange lever. And this is where things get a little bit ugly. I mean seriously, these seats are very uncomfortable, cheap plastic materials all over, there is no proper storage, there's no boot, you get a little bit of shelving area on top of the dash and even that feels absolutely awful. There's a cup holder here and that's really about it. When you get in, there are no floor mats. There is a lot of legroom though. If you can put all that aside and accept this car with the cheap material, with its quirky looks, it is actually quite an airy place to be. It does help that there's a clear sunroof. You can't roll down any windows or electronically operate them. To open them, you got to push this down, I think, and then push that open. To operate the mirrors, you have to actually reach over and move them, and the same with the driver's side. But it's very roomy, it's very airy. You're not going to take this on long distances. You're going to go down the road to pick up the shopping, maybe take your child to school, and it is very quirky. Let's power up the car and see what it's got. So it's telling me that it's only got 4 miles left, so we can't really take it too far. On the right over here we have a USB socket. There's a couple of fan buttons, the hazard light switch, and that's really about it. There is nothing to it. You don't get any fancy air conditioning, climate control, dual zone climate control. There's no heated seats. There's no cruise control, radar cruise control. To open the door, you got to pull this lever and the door opens. And to put it into drive, you have settings down here. Got to get out the car to show you. You have drive, neutral, and reverse. And that's how you operate where you want to go. Right, let's put it into drive. And the first thing I can tell you is I don't think there's any power steering on this car. It's quite heavy, the steering. We're in drive, handbrake down, and let's see what it's like. Let me just adjust my side mirror. Right, that's better, sort of. Right, let's go. So this has a maximum speed of 28 miles per hour, and it's got a massive 8 horsepower. Absolutely pathetic. And first impressions, I could tell you, it's very noisy in here. It sounds like one of those milk carts, you know. Let's put the front on to clear the front window. Oh, it's very, very bumpy. You feel every crack in the road, not just the bumps and the ditches and the potholes. You feel the cracks. Oh, this is where again we get ugly on this car. It is a horrible, horrible ride. I'm trying to work out why Citroen made this car. There are so many alternatives that are more practical. My foot is virtually on the floor, by the way. And we're just about going 10 miles per hour. Why would Citroen make this car if there are so many alternatives that are more practical, that have much better range, and for not much? Well, okay, they are slightly more expensive, but why would Fiat, which are coming out with one later on in the year, copy them? This car is pathetic. My foot is literally on the floor. I'm going up a slight hill and it won't go above 9 miles per hour. Oh, usually I try to find the good in cars. If you watch my reviews, you'll know. But oh, the indicator doesn't even go off by itself. This must be one of the worst electric cars I've ever driven in my life. And I'm not saying that lightly. There is nothing nice about this car. Not the seats. The noise in here is horrific. It's very loud. The ride quality is bloody awful. I've never driven something that's more uncomfortable than this car. It's even more uncomfortable than a bicycle, and that says a lot. Oh, it's awful. Oh mate, we got a hill again. You know, I'm gonna go left because I think there'll be less of a hill if I go this way. The indicator doesn't go off by itself. How frustrating is that? Oh, this car is bloody awful. Even when it goes over so-called smoothly, it's horrible. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comment section below what you think. You have a good day.